Earney from Methven's down in Mooroolbark.
Good morning, how are you?
Good morning, Greg. How's yourself?
Excellent, thank you.
We just had our local accountant on who was giving us some awesome tax advice about self-managed super funds and how you can buy property in them now and they'll lend to them, and everyone should be jumping on board and buying property at the moment. It's a little difficult with no inspections. However, hopefully Dan the man is going to let us do that next week. But what are your thoughts on all of that?
Oh, look, I think the sooner it can open up, just to allow inspections, the better. I mean, it just seems a little bit crazy at the moment to think that you can walk into a coffee shop and buy a cup of coffee, and yet we're not able to take a buyer individually through a home. And I know there's a lot of people that are currently affected. Those that have bought a home and pre this lockdown, and then we're looking to place their homes on the market to sell and have got a looming settlement. You know, those people are really in a dire predicament at the moment, and so I think the sooner that the state government can ease restrictions, the better for those people.
Oh, I agree. I went down to my local Woolies yesterday to buy some fresh rolls for lunch because we're all having lunch at home at the moment, and yep. I could not find a car park. I reckon there must have been 500 people down there, and I'm just looking at that going, you're all walking in, you're all walking around, and we can't get one person at a time through a property or go and get a haircut, for goodness sake. Anyway,
yeah.
Let's stop because I'll get depressed. So, Greg, what do you think? So the accountant asked me today, Roy Sanderson from RJ Sanders Accountants, he said, what do you think will happen with the property market once it does get going? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, great question. I think the market, as soon as we're allowed to do inspections, I'm expecting, and we've been saying to all of our sales team, to be prepared, this market will take off and run pretty hard. I think there's a lot of buyers and a lot of sellers that at the moment are basically not able to do anything, and I think as soon as the shackles are taken off, I think this market will really pick up, and we're expecting to be almost potentially like a boom-like state for the last few months to the end of the year. And even looking at what happened at the start of this lockdown period, April and May were fairly average sales months. They were really tough sales months as a lot of people just sat on their hands and went into that wait-and-see mode. But then once everyone realised, well, perhaps it's not as bad as what we thought, June and July ended up being incredible sales months, and the market was actually going really strong until the handbrake got put on us with this stage 4. So, yeah, we're expecting things to pick up and run fairly quickly as soon as these restrictions ease.
And what our folks out there should be doing is, if you're interested in buying a property, is going to homely.com, because they tell you all the things that the other websites don't, which is what's happening in and around those streets. We get people to send in all their details of how good the area is to live in, rather than just looking at a house. So, Homely, thank you so much. You're doing a great job, and you've brought Greg to us today. And so, Greg, what sort of property can we buy down around that Mooroolbark area now, so the gateway to the Yarra Valley?
And I think that you just summed it up. I was almost just going to say the same thing. We are the gateway to the Yarra Valley.
Yeah.
We're at the foot of the Dandenong Ranges, and the beauty for us now, especially with where the change perhaps that's going to happen with society going forward as far as work, we're not that far from the city, and we sell. We've got a lot of sort of first home buyer type homes that range from sort of units that'll be starting from 450, 500,000, working up to homes that are on acreage and small acreage little farms, so to speak, depending the further out you head. So great walking trails, and believe me, in the lockdown I've done more walking like everyone probably in the last 7 to 8 weeks, and it's a beautiful part of the world where we are out here.
So to go out a little bit further, Coldstream, even the back of Lilydale there, you can buy your 10-acre nice properties out that way, can't you?
Absolutely. Spot on. Yep.
What sort of money would you have to pay for one of those that would be just a nice property with some acreage? Were they around $1 million still?
Yeah, I was going to say you're probably, depending on the quality of the home, but you're probably starting at about $1 million.
Yep.
$1 million, and then working up from there. And $1.5 million will buy you a lovely home, and naturally, if you're getting up towards your high ones and twos, well, you'll have a very substantial quality home. But certainly, your early $1 million will get you into some nice land and a few gum trees and paddocks. You can have a couple of cows or a horse or whatever you like.
And I think that's going to be more, Greg, and once again, thank you for Home for getting you on. That's going to be more to what people will be looking at, getting out further, the more that they can work from home. We've all realised that we can do, and I'm sure you're the same. Your rental department's all working from home right now, and your sales guys, well, they're just at home. But certainly everything's morphed itself to be a different industry. I think my rental department will probably be a third in, 2/3 out, and just keep waxing it up during the week from now on, once they come back into the office.
Correct. And even after, sort of call it the first stage of lockdown, sort of in that April, sort of May, before the restrictions eased a little bit in that period, I remember showing some buyers through and just chatting and, where are you from? Oh, we're living in Camberwell at the moment, but, we're probably thinking we want to get a bit of space. So, look, I think out our way, I think we'll, going forward, actually see a shift of demographic, and I think it's only going to be positive for our area, certainly as far as values go. I can't see things affecting us too much out here.
No. And you're still quarter-acre blocks out that way, aren't you, in the old language?
Correct. Look, some of the newer subdivisions and that are being done are your 450s, 500, 600 square metre blocks, but yeah, traditional blocks out here are sort of your 800-900 square metres.
Now, I can remember Methven's for as long as I can remember Methven's being a real estate company. How long have you actually been out there?
Business started in 1962, and my grandfather actually, he got transferred to work here in Murrelbach in 1966, and then he bought the business in 68. So, and then my father's just been in the business for about some 47 years, and he's still operating today. And now my brother and I are third generations and still going strong today. That's just a great story. I wish there were more like that, especially in real estate, because as you would know, Greg, a lot come and go pretty quick. And I think this is going to actually sort out a few that, because your business, like our business, is an awful lot of referral. And past clients from way back in 1962, you're dealing with generations of people that you've dealt with over the years, which is the backbone of your business. Correct. And a reputation can't be bought. That's earned, and that's earned from doing the right thing over and over again for the years. So we've always been known. It's not something we take for granted, but we've always been known as the agency that you can trust, and if you ever want realistic and accurate and honest advice, we're certainly the team to speak with.
Good on you, Greg. Now, how many branches do you have?
So we've got four offices. So we're coming back to what you're talking about, the Yarra Valley. So we've got offices at Murrelbach, Croydon, Lilydale, and Mount Evelyn. And in a sense, our organisation, we work as one team, but we do have the four offices. So that pretty much if anyone's looking to buy out this neck of the woods, they're going to meet one of our team at one of our four offices in that area.
Now, we're down here on the Mornington Peninsula, which is land, Red Hill, Dramana, beautiful acreage, and you're sort of the other side of the Dandenongs, which, again, if people haven't been out, and people drive down to Shoreham and say to us, wow, how good is that place? We've never been here before. And it's exactly the same for you guys when people go out to grape grazing or something like that. They can't believe how pretty and beautiful it is.
Absolutely, and the Yarra Valley, believe it or not, is actually Victoria's, I don't know what the word is, I'll say premier tourist attraction, but I think as far as numbers, the Yarra Valley has the highest number of people visiting it each year in Victoria. So we're a beautiful part of the world, without a doubt.
Oh, Greg, yes, we used to go down and do grape grazing, but I can't remember.
Like many.
like all of our ministers at the moment. Let's not go there. Hey, Greg, it's been great chatting to you. Thank you so much to Homely for bringing you on board. I think the future's rosy for all of us, but we just need to be let loose.
Absolutely, let loose, and and let's hope that is sooner and later. And finally, I want to congratulate the REIV too. They have done a lot of work in the background, having meetings with the state government, trying to help consumers just to get the doors open and ease these restrictions. So, big congratulations to them, and thanks for having me on today, and thank you to Homely for allowing me to be on.
Good on you, mate. Let's just hope that the ministers can remember that they had a meeting with the REIV. Rain on me, Lady Gaga.